Welcome back to some of the best tales from tech support. I hope you had a great day. Thanks for all the likes and comments on the last video. And now, let's start with the first story. It's called IT Manager. I was subcontracted to a hospital, providing desktop support. One day I received a ticket for a PC that wouldn't boot. No big deal. It turned out to just be a dead CMOS battery. Simple fix. Press F1 to continue or swap the battery. I'd only been there about 6 weeks, so I didn't know where all the supplies were kept yet. I decided to take the device back to my office to replace the battery. As I was reaching into the case to pop the battery out, my boss walked in and immediately started panicking. "What are you doing?" Just replacing the battery." "You never do it like that." "Who taught you this?" "What? You never replace the battery with the machine powered off like that. You could corrupt the hard drive or, worse, mess up the DNS settings." "Wait, what? Did I stutter?" "No, you didn't stutter. But what you just said is so confusing, I'm still trying to process it. Are you asking me to replace the CMOS battery with the machine still running? Did you just call me wrong?" "I'm sorry, but that's just not how this works. And no, I'm not replacing the battery with the machine powered on." This was the same individual who once decided that a great way to reduce service tickets was to give all users local admin access on their machines in a production environment where the public could walk up into whatever they wanted because the systems weren't locked down. And yes, for those wondering, I absolutely will call out my management when needed. Always have, still do. The next story is called Not Good Enough. I worked at a state government body attached to the state education department. Within our small organization, there was a business unit responsible for the standardized testing of high school students. The test was a closely guarded secret, to the point where the office was separated from the rest of us by a swipe card access door. Each desk in that office had 2 separate computers. One was connected to the regular network, the one for day-to-day tasks, and the other was on a physically separated, air-gapped network with no connection to the outside world. This was for security, of course. If they wanted to transfer something from the internet to their secure network, they had to burn it onto a CD-ROM and then load it onto the other machine. By the time USB drives became more common, they started using those instead. As you can imagine, this setup doubled the cost of upgrading the desktops, which led to the commissioning of a study to investigate a truly secure way to connect the secure network to the outside world. After some time, we settled on a firewall system that, we were told, was the choice of the Department of Defense. With this solution in hand, the IT manager approached the director and presented the proposal. It would save thousands of dollars over the next few years. Then came the question. "Director, so this is 100% guaranteed, secure and unhackable?" The IT manager paused, clearly weighing his words carefully, and replied, "Well, I wouldn't say any system is completely unhackable, but this is the same system used by our armed forces to protect national secrets, so I'm very confident in its security." The director considered this and asked, "So, you are saying there's still a risk, however small, that our standardized tests could be hacked? That we could lose thousands of hours of work and compromise the integrity of the state's standardized testing for the year?" The IT manager, looking a bit defeated, admitted, "Well, yes, there's a very small chance of that." The director's response, "We can't take that risk. We'll keep doing things the way we've always done them." The IT manager was not amused. After the meeting, I turned to him and asked, should we tell him about the multifunction printer that's connected to both networks? You know, the one that technically poses a much greater security risk than the Department of Defense approved system? He sighed and replied, "No, we shall not tell him about that." The third story is called Powdered Donuts. When my employees have a technical issue and I'm in the office, I encourage them to let me take a quick look before they call the help desk. This is mostly because a lot of the time it's either something the help desk can easily fix or something a little too, let's say, unique for my department to call about. One day an employee came to me with an issue. I can hear my customer, but my customer can't hear me. I walked with her to her desk to take a closer look. The headset looked brand new. Volume settings were correct. And since there was audio, it was obviously connected. Everything seemed fine, until I noticed a half-eaten package of mini powdered donuts on her desk. I grabbed a pushpin and carefully cleared the powdered sugar out of the tiny microphone hole in her headset. Then I said, "Try it now." It worked perfectly. She was, understandably, a little embarrassed. I felt bad for laughing, but come on, that was a first for me too. The last story is called Cup of Water. This is from back in the day when I used to handle walk-in customers. A client called me with the classic line, "I spilled a cup of water on my laptop." I told him to bring it in after our lunch break and requested that he leave the laptop as it was and remove the battery if possible. He showed up after lunch, and let me tell you, the laptop looked like it had been through a wall. The screen was so shattered, it looked like a spider web. Keys were missing, like they'd been banished to another dimension, and the hard drive made a rattling sound like a maraca. I thought I'd seen it all, until I asked him, "What did you do to this poor laptop?" His response? "I put it in my tumble dryer. I thought it would help." At that point, I had to hold back a laugh. He then told me the only thing that mattered to him was recovering his data. I explained that might be difficult, considering his hard drive sounded like it had been turned into fairy dust. I passed him over to my boss, the owner of the company, and stepped out for a quick breather. Needless to say, he ended up buying a new laptop from us. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And if you have time, watch another one of my videos. Also, if you want to support me further, check out the channel membership or Patreon. And now, I hope you have a great day. See you soon. Bye bye.